Okay, to get the camera on, you basically hold the front mode button for a few seconds and you come straight into the camera mode. If you press the mode button again, it goes to camera mode, camera as in photo camera mode, and you can see that by the top right of the camera showing a little camera. If you continue, that's saying no files because I haven't taken any video clips or any photos on this camera yet. Press menu again and it's still saying no files. Press menu again and then you enter into this menu. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options in the menu. So if I press the front menu button, I'm going between those 5 screens, moving over here, and then when you get to the end it says press shutter button to exit. Shutter button is the top button. So if I carry on going, I'll go back into the settings. First one is a video resolution settings. I use the left menu to go down. The first one was video resolution. You can select that and these are all the options in this camera. 4K at 30 frames a second, 2.7K at 30 frames, 1080p at 60 frames, 1080 at 30, 720 at 120 frames a second. I have got videos individually about each of these frame rates, so you can check out the quality of those in a playlist. So to go out of the menu, you basically press mode button again, which is the front button on the camera. The next one is the EIS, that's the image stabilization. Mine is off. Looping video, it carries on recording over itself. Time-lapse video is off. You can put that on, and what that basically does, 1 second, 5 second, 10 second, 30 second or 60 second is the options, but it's quite good. You can actually make a video time-lapse without having to use software. So if you, it's like basically photo taken every second, it compiles them all together and makes them into a video clip. So that's what that is. Slow motion, that's another good thing on this camera. You can actually select the slow motion at 1080p using the arrows as mentioned, and it will actually record at a slow motion. So if you record it at 1080p slow motion, and make sure you record just that clip that you want slow motion, and it'll actually do that, so you don't have to lower the speed in your computer. Audio record, that's basically should it record audio or not. It has got a mic port which I've made a separate video on, and then it goes back to the top again. That was the first menu, which is the video camera. If I press mode again, it goes into the camera, which is the photo camera. You can select the different megapixels you want to take. Time-lapse photo, again, you can select, this is how long it takes a photo after, 2 seconds or 10 seconds. Burst photo, you can say how many photos it takes at once, quite handy. Carry on going down, it's actually only got 3 options in this one for the camera. I can press mode again and it comes over to the general settings icon or menu even. You can select the volume. You can select if you want it to beep when you press the buttons. You can have some exposure compensation. And mode is to go back. You can come back down, select white balance. There's a few little scenarios there. You can have ISO. It's quite good actually because you can select an ISO that it sticks at, not automatic, so it won't always change. You've got effect in there. There's a couple of standard things like black and white or negative. And there's a few options for contrast, saturation, sharpness. I've got them all at 0 because I like to do that in the computer. That's back up to the top again. Press that, you can check the volume. Mode button again, and system settings. So language, car mode, I've got it on because if you use it as a webcam, I've discovered that it's a bit tricky. If you put it as off, it won't recognize the USB being plugged in and it won't stay on. When the screen turns off, it disconnects from the computer. Power off, you can select, I turned that off, so how long you want it to go off after. Again, I did that because of the webcam function. Date and time, you can select it. Date format, you can stamp is if you want the date shown in the bottom corner or not. So if you want to turn that off, that's the option to turn it off from. Frequency, 60 Hz, 50 Hz. Upside down, if you want it to be, if you're mounting it somewhere, you can change it basically. Screensaver, so it basically shuts the screen off. I've done that off again because of the webcam option. You can format the card, you can reset the camera, and that's just the version. That's the current version on this camera. You can see that. So mode again, it comes to this end arrow and you press shutter and it comes out of that menu, so you're ready to shoot.